So the first question is, do you think that the award to the case that we spoke about in the beginning is justified by the $500,000 for the defamation of the private citizen in the surgical suite? And what is your opinion about public figure versus private figure? Let me go ahead and start a little bit with the person that was in the surgical suite. I absolutely think that the $500,000 was a good choice because anytime you go under, you do not expect for your surgeon to be talking about you or the anesthesiologist to talk about you in such a way like that. And then to be able to see those notes, yeah, of course you're going to be mad. So I absolutely believe that the case was good, that they went to court with it. My opinion about public figure versus private figure, I mean, a lot of times in everyday life, there's private figures where maybe it's a lawyer, maybe it's a doctor, whatever, and they're held to a standard. But then your public figures are even higher because they're in the limelight all the time. They're always in the eye of the public. So therefore, yes, a public figure needs to be held to a bit of a higher standard, and they don't have the privacy that you and I have of, do they get to actually live their lives the way that they want, or everything's always on display. It's almost like they're in a fishbowl, and if they do anything wrong, then is it going to end up on the Esquire or some kind of tabloid? And do public figures lose some of their rights to privacy and have to prove more just because they made it big in a certain area, or should they be treated differently like the rest of us? They do lose a little bit of rights to privacy, especially whenever they're posting on social media every move that they make. So in a way, yes, they do lose that sense of privacy. Do I think they should prove different things whenever they make it big? Possibly a little bit, because they are out there quite a bit more. And should they be treated differently like the rest of us? Yes and no. So, like I say, held to a higher standard. But it's kind of like with this past week, Governor Stitt had a heart procedure. It was all over in the news. Whereas if someone that is not a public figure goes in for a heart procedure, it's just another patient, not a big deal. But yet, if, kind of like the case we were talking about, if his surgeon would have leaked something about Governor Stitt, it would have been all over in the news, national news. And then, of course, it's like, okay, what do we do? Would he be able to sue, like, the person that did with the $500,000 case? So it's kind of a give and take a little bit. But definitely, whenever you're a public official, a public figure, things are a little bit different than if you're just a private citizen.